My name is Kaylee, and in this video we are going to take a look into the recently announced discovery of the royal tomb of Thutmose II in Egypt. This is the first discovered royal tomb since the discovery of the tomb of Tutankhamun more than 100 years ago, according to the archaeologists. This video is sponsored by Polybuzz, but as always, more on the sponsor later in the video. So first, let's take a quick look at who Thutmose II was. He was the fourth pharaoh of the 18th dynasty of Egypt, and he is thought to have reigned from 1493 BCE until 1479 BCE. There aren't many monuments of Thutmose II, probably because there's actually little known about him. He didn't reign for so long, and he's overshadowed by his father, Thutmose I, his wife and sister Hatshepsut, and his son, Thutmose III. Thutmose II was born from a lesser wife of his father, Thutmose I, so it is believed that he married his fully royal half-sister Hatshepsut in order to secure his throne. He had a daughter with Hatshepsut named Neferure, and he had a son with his lesser wife Iset named Thutmose III, who eventually became pharaoh after him. It's thought that a body discovered in the Deir el-Bahari cache above the mortuary temple of Hatshepsut belonged to Thutmose II, although this is disputed by many archaeologists, but his tomb wasn't discovered until 2022, although the tomb wasn't confirmed to have belonged to him until, a few weeks ago when it was officially announced. And that's why I'm making this video. Artificial intelligence has come a long way, and I recently discovered an app that elevates creativity to a whole new level. It's called Polybuzz, and it lets you create your very own unique AI character to interact with millions of others. The possibilities are endless. You can bring your favorite fictional characters to life, chat with historical figures, or even design your own AI companion. I decided to give it a try, and I was truly impressed. Check this out. A user created a Shakespeare bot that speaks in perfect Old English. I had a conversation with Hatshepsut about ancient Egypt as well. The app already has over 20 million characters, so you'll always find something fascinating. It's such a fun and creative way to explore AI, and the best part is that you can customize your AI chatbot just the way you want. If you want to try it out, I've got a special promo code, K222. Just click the link in my description and enter the code. The tomb of Thutmose II is located in the western wadis near the Valley of the Queens. It's built under a waterfall, which led to the periodic flooding of the tomb, which caused damage throughout the ages. His mummified body seemed to have been moved in ancient times, but its final location, again, is disputed, as it seems to be unclear that the body found in the cache above the mortuary temple of Hatshepsut was his or not. So Thutmose II was the last pharaoh of the 18th dynasty whose tomb had not yet been discovered. That is until now. The discovery of the tomb of Thutmose II has been the first time a pharaoh's tomb has been discovered by a British-led excavation team since Tutankhamun's tomb was discovered over a century ago. As mentioned earlier, the tomb was discovered in the western wadis, or valleys if you will, of the Theban necropolis near the city of Luxor. Researchers believe that the tombs of all pharaohs of the 18th dynasty were more than 2 kilometers closer to the Valley of the Kings than where this tomb is actually located. So the team of researchers actually discovered this tomb in the area which is associated with the resting place of the royal women, hence the name the Valley of the Queens. But when they entered the burial chamber, they discovered that part of the ceiling decorations were still intact. The blue-painted ceilings were adorned with yellow stars, which is a decoration style that was only used in the tombs of kings. Therefore, it was a clear sign that this tomb was created for a pharaoh. Director of the mission, Piers Litherland, told the BBC that he felt overwhelmed in the moment. The emotion of getting into these things is just one of extraordinary bewilderment, because when you come across something you're not expecting to find, it's emotionally extremely turbulent, really. And when he came out of the tomb, his wife was waiting outside, and the only thing that he could do was burst into tears. Mr. Litherland is an honorary research associate of the University of Cambridge Archaeology Department, and he said that the discovery of Thutmose II's tomb solves the mystery of where the tombs of the early 18th dynasty kings are located. So Thutmose II was an ancestor of Tutankhamun and is best known for being the husband of Queen Hatshepsut, who is regarded as one of the greatest pharaohs of ancient Egypt and one of the very few female pharaohs who ruled in her own right. So the tomb itself had a large staircase and very large descending corridor, which suggested grandeur. Although it took the team a long time to get through all of that because flood debris blocked it all off and the ceilings had collapsed. After the researchers crawled through the 10-meter, which equates to 32 feet long passageway, they squeezed through a small gap at the top and finally entered the burial chamber. So it was here in the burial chamber where they discovered the blue ceilings with yellow stars and decorations of scenes from the Amduat, which is a religious text only reserved for kings, which, as you can imagine, was another clue that they had discovered a king's tomb. They then started to clear the debris, and they expected to find the crushed remains of a burial underneath. Unfortunately, the tomb turned out to be completely empty, not because it was looted throughout the centuries, no, but because it had been deliberately emptied back in ancient times. They discovered that the tomb had been flooded, most likely because it had been built underneath, a waterfall, just a couple years after the king's burial. And they think it was about 6 years, and the contents of the burial chamber were moved to another location back in ancient times. Through the sifting of tons of limestone in the chamber, the team actually discovered fragments of alabaster jars, which bore the inscriptions of both Thutmose II and Hatshepsut. These alabaster jars most likely became broken when the tomb was being emptied out in ancient times, leaving these fragments, which the researchers were actually really grateful of because it resulted in them being able to figure out that this tomb once had belonged to Thutmose II. Mr. Litherland and his team have a rough idea of where the second tomb is located, and it could very well still be intact with treasures. The discovery of Thutmose II's tomb caps off more than 12 years of work by the joint team from Mr. Litherland's New Kingdom Research Foundation and Egypt's Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities. The team has previously excavated 54 tombs in the western part of the Theban mountain in Luxor and has also established the identities of more than 30 royal wives and court women. A few days after the official announcement of the first tomb of Thutmose II, Mr. Litherland and his team are of the belief that they have possibly found the second tomb of Thutmose II. So Mr. Litherland told the Observer that he suspects that the pharaoh's body may be found inside this new tomb. However, the National Museum of Egyptian Civilization displays a mummy that is said to be the body of Thutmose II, the one discovered in the cache above Hatshepsut's mortuary temple. But as I said in the beginning of this video, there are many Egyptologists who are of the belief that this body has been misidentified and does not belong to Thutmose II. Mr. Litherland thinks that the second tomb of Thutmose II lies below a 23-meter man-made pile of limestone, ash, rubble, and mud plaster that was designed by the ancient Egyptians to look like a part of the mountain in the western valleys of the Theban necropolis, near the city of Luxor. The reason the researchers believe that the second tomb is nearby is because they discovered an inscription in the first tomb that indicated that the contents were moved to a second location nearby, by Thutmose II's wife, Queen and Pharaoh Hatshepsut. So the team actually thinks that they may be able to uncover this second tomb in the next month or so, because they have to uncover it by hand, because attempts to tunnel into it were deemed as being way too dangerous. I personally hope that they will be able to find the second tomb belonging to Thutmose II, and hopefully the mummy and treasures will be discovered inside. Very exciting news from Egypt. So what do you think of this latest tomb discovery, the tomb of Thutmose II? Let me know in the comments down below. And don't forget to check out Polybuzz. The link is in the description down below and use promo code K222. If you enjoyed watching, then don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you'd like to see more of these kind of videos, and click that bell icon if you want to be notified whenever I upload. If you haven't seen my previous videos yet, then click the card in the upper right corner, or click one of the links in the description down below, or click a video in the end card. And I want to say a massive thank you to my channel members and my Patreons. Thank you so much for supporting me. It truly means the world to me. I actually returned the key to my apartment this morning. It's been a month of moving madness, and it's done. I've officially moved in with my boyfriend. So yeah, this is going to be my office for the foreseeable future. Unforeseeable future. For however long we will be living in this house. So yeah, moving madness done. I will have to redecorate part of the office, but you won't see that on camera, so it's gonna be fine. I bought a new desk and a new desktop because my current desktop is like nearly dying whenever I edit, which is fun. And yeah, so next week I've got some changes, but like I said, you guys won't notice any of that. And I'll see you in the next video somewhere next week. Yeah? Okay. Bye!